So you wake up, you go to your YouTube subscription feed, and there it is. Lo and behold, a new episode of your favorite Iron Man series. You click it, and you watch it, and you say to yourself,
wow, how do these guys make such amazing cinematic intros? I want to make a cinematic intro for my Iron Man series just like this guy.
well, if you want to be the next Swampletics, having an amazing intro is a must. So let's find out how exactly these guys create them. Let's put this into Google, how to create cinematic camera shot in RuneScape. What is Orb of Oculus? Let's check it out. The Oculus Orb is an item which allows players to have total control over the camera, an ability which is useful for content creators. Wow, this is like exactly what I need. The Orb is currently only available to Jagex moderators and select content creators for streaming and video creation, and are given to players manually in-game. Oh. Well, it looks like you gotta be Swampletics after all to make a cinematic intro. Or do you? Well, guess what? We don't need this Orb of Oculus thing anyway because it's trash. I mean, no one wants to be a YouTube RuneScape famous nerd person anyway, right guys? We're regular non-famous people, so all we need instead is RuneLite. And you don't even really need RuneLite for this either, but it can help with certain things which I'll get into later. Also, if you haven't seen my previous episode on how to improve your old school graphics, then I highly recommend watching it before continuing with this one, just because we fiddle around with some settings that you may be unfamiliar with, and it's only a 3-minute video, so why not? Anyway, the first thing you want to do to set up your cinematic shot is to get rid of all these interfaces that are blocking out your surroundings. So, the first one to get rid of is the chat. To minimize the chat, simply click the tab that's selected. Next up is the inventory interface. To get rid of that, go to advanced options in the options tab and have the side panels activated, and this will push the interface along the bottom of the screen. And finally, to get rid of the minimap, simply go into the RuneLite configurations, scroll down to find the minimap feature and enable it to hide it. And voila! Now you've set the perfect scene for your shot. You can almost see your entire surroundings with all the interfaces out of the way, so when you go to record now, you can just crop out the bottom and top portion of the screen to get rid of those last few details while not messing up the resolution too much. The next step is to get rid of your character, and no, you don't need to get the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter to turn yourself invisible. It's actually much easier than that. Simply just type in ::render self in the chat and it'll turn you invisible to get the perfect shot, because nobody wants to see your ugly face, do they? And boom, you are done. All you need to do now is to record the clips of you walking in a straight line and then throw it into your editing program, add some effects, and you'll have yourself a cinematic intro just like settled in no time, but obviously a million times better. Now wait, you might be asking yourself, how come we're only halfway into the video if we're done? Well, if you keep watching, I'll show you some cool tips to take filmmaking in Old School RuneScape to the next level using some RuneLite features. So in the RuneLite configurations, find camera zoom and go to the options. The first thing on the list is expand inner zoom limit. Now what this does is allows you to zoom in slightly more than you could by default. Now you can zoom in even further on your ugly face and let people know that this scene is a very important and serious clip that the audience should pay attention to. Hey, eyes over here, pal. Next up we have expand outer zoom limit, which is the exact same thing but for zooming out, of course. This can be turned up to a max of 400 and is a bit of an overkill, but you will be able to see the edges of the game even with your draw distance turned up to the max at 90, and this feature can be used to show the audience which location you're in and your surroundings. Also, the further you zoom out, you start to get this fisheye lens or wide angle lens effect. Then we have the vertical camera ability, which is my personal favorite. It gives you a full 90-degree bird's eye view. This feature sort of turns the game 2D and is the absolute best way to showcase the terrain or landscape you're in. You can get some really cool clips of you walking by, and you can even zoom in closer like this to get more detail, to get this very cinematic Iron Man intro-esque type shot. It's definitely one of my favorite angles. And finally, you have the ability to control your zoom speed, so if you turn it up higher, the faster you can zoom in and out, which can be used for dramatic effects like so. Or it can be used to quickly transition from showing your character to showing your surroundings like this. Or it can solely be used for personal use if you like to be able to zoom in and out faster than the default zoom speed. And that's pretty much it. Congratulations, now you are a certified cinematographer in Old School RuneScape. You can now make cinematic Ironman intros or just cinematic shots in general for your videos. Super easy to do, and we didn't even have to be a Jagex moderator or special content creator to be able to use the Orb of Oculus to get these cinematic shots. So screw you Jagex and screw you Settled, we did it. No, I'm just joking, but we did do it. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys learned something. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video, and peace.